to help, and then I gave her a part, and she turned out to be a great actress. Was Mary,
Very good.
the little lady that we see at Mass. I can never remember her surname. Her husband died, and she lives
Mary
up
Campbell.
Campbell.
Yeah, Fifi's
That's
Mary.
right, that's right.
Sandra Campbell was another good actress.
Well, Sandra
featured in
came later now.
Yeah, she was later,
She
like,
got married.
but she was good. She had a good
She
presence.
was wonderful, and
Yeah.
she was a great musician, lovely singer. Her son was the first young man that I had ever doing a boy singing in a choir on his own. And he was wonderful, beautiful.
Christmas.
And we had a special mass with everything sung for Easter, and he sang the very first time. And the next one I had was a son of one of the O'Farrell girls from Stewartstown Road.
Right.
He lives somewhere outside
He's in Dublin now.
Dublin, yeah.
All right, I can't.
No, but he was the next one, and then after that, by degrees. And they tell you who was really wonderful too were the Donnellys
Yeah.
and Mairead and
Mairead and
Diane and
Diane
all.
and all, yeah.
And the boys were very good as well. They were all part of it.
They were a very musical family.
It was great to have so many men, but I was used to that at home. We was sort of like families who became generations of the choir,
Yeah.
and in this way, Coal Island sort of progressed as well in families in that way, cousins and
Yeah.
so on.
I don't know, did you ask us
I'll
already,
tell
but
you who was.
What year did you come to Coal Island? Did you come to Coal Island?
1960.
60, all right. And where did you meet?
It was football.
Of course.
Yeah,
Like
funny enough, that,
20 years earlier.
that was the story where, you remember the Dean of Dungan, Dr. McLaren?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was president of the Academy.
That's right.
And when I went to the academy, he was teaching me, and when he came first, he said he couldn't understand why there was no Gaelic football team in the academy. There wasn't none of them were interested in football. There's only 2 or 3 of us that were interested. But he cut me and a few boys together, and he says, "Just pick a team, and I'll arrange a match." So we picked a team and got them training and doing bits and pieces, and we told him we were ready, and he had a match for the Christian Brothers in Oma. And we took us by train up to Oma one Saturday, and it was that was a big day for us, getting away to Oma in the train.
Yes.
And we went up and we played, like, beat the daylights out of us, you know, but we put up a good, fair enough show, you know. And there were some boys playing on the team that never played football before, you know. You had to shout instructions where you were playing. But that was it. And I remember the crowd of boys all walked up the town to see what the Oma was like. And didn't we meet this bunch of girls coming down, and they were from the latter convent, and they had been at the match cheering on their boys, you see.
Right.
And they all just bumped into one another, and there was a great chatter going on. And I was the shy one, I stood at the back, but I noticed another shy one on the other side. So I went round to talk to the shy one, and that was her.
Very nice, lovely.
And I remember the Dean was down one day in the house here, there was something on, some meeting or something was on, and he was talking to me, and he says to me, "God," he says, "you're a very lucky man that you met that girl." He says, "She's a great woman." And they were getting ready for Lourdes or something at that time, yes, we're doing. But I said, "Well, you're responsible for it." He says, how do you make that out?" And then I told him the story.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't tell it all to all the nerds that he was
He was the much bigger.
he was
I
much
was
bigger.
great that day with a crowd of girls who had boyfriends, sort of senior girl. One of them was, the boyfriend was Patsy Donnelly, didn't he play? And he had his friends with him, and I didn't really know too many, didn't know anybody at all, hardly in the football team, till he came along. So
What age would you have been at that time?
Huh?
What age were you at that time?
17. About 17.
17, yeah.
That's the way it happens, eh?
I know what is up
Me.
to with the. But
Otherwise,
even that photograph there, like, you know, he was a smaller man, but he had an incredible style of jumping up, getting the timing. Timing was amazing.
He used his thumb into the back all the time.
Right.
Just a wee dig with a thumb, and that put the boy off. Then he got. I can remember, I'll tell you one time, after I had got my injury and was out of football, and I was more or less in charge of the team, and we were down in Mertown, playing Mertown in the league.
Would have been civil.
It wasn't civil now, but we had no goalkeeper, and I said, "Oh, their leg will stand up all right for goals. I'll go into goals." And I said, "Sure, Jim's in front of me, I'll be all right." So anyway, they went round and was taking up our game, but they got a 50, and I could see these two boys standing out in the 21-yard line, and they were talking, and they're making up their mind what they were going to do. And I says to Jim, "Do you see the two boys up above there? They're planning something, and I think it's for you, against you, so be careful." And he says, "You keep an eye on them, and I'll keep an eye on the ball." And I said, "Right." So the ball came out, and there was the two boys, the head down, coming straight at Jim. And I says to Jim, "Here they come by." And he kept looking at the ball, and just as they arrived, bang, bang, caught the ball there, and he steps out, kicks it away. He knocked it to him, clean out. And I remember going over and saying, "Boys, you're running to there."
What a
He was
mistake.
deadly.